To get circumcised or not to get circumcised is a question that is often a hot topic of discussion. In many African cultures, by the time boys reach puberty, they undergo circumcision, but this is not always performed by a medical practitioner, which can easily lead to severe complications. This workshop, amongst others, aims to sensitize journalists on how to best report on voluntary medical male circumcision, separating facts from myths.
Male circumcision itself, it really does not prevent on its own. You still have to practice safer sex, you have to use condoms, one partner, all these issues still have to come into play. You just don't say, okay, I'm circumcised, now I'm safe. But the most important one then will ask, why are you doing male circumcision? Well, we're doing this is the fact that there's no cure for HIV, for AIDS yet. And anything that is there, we have to grab it. Any scientifically proven method that says that, yes, it does help.
Daniel Rutz, who headed the training workshop, is a communication specialist for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention based in the United States. For about 30 years, Rutz was a journalist, and he was amongst the first to report on HIV cases in the 80s.
When I started covering HIV and AIDS, first of all, we didn't even call it that. We didn't know what to call it in the earliest days. And it was a very sad and bad news story. Everything, it seemed, was about people dying of this disease in uncontrollable numbers. All of a sudden now we have interventions that we know are successful in treating the illness and in preventing it in the first place. Those are giant strides that we didn't have at the beginning and that people can use now to be very encouraged about the future.
Although Namibia's VMMC campaigns mainly target men between the ages of 15 and 49, as this is where new infections are prevalent, it is not to say one must not get circumcised if you do not fall into this category.